You just finished your 9 to 5, exhausted, and immediately became one with the couch. While scrolling through social media, you see your colleague posting dumps from a concert. Her caption? Well spent, #TS the Eras Tour. You zoom in, you double tap, and somewhere in the back of your mind, you think, must be nice. But then reality kicks in. You've been proudly skipping concerts for years, waiting for fan cams and free live streams instead. Smart, right? That money could go toward an emergency fund, stocks, or a small business. Yet the moment you actually experience a concert for yourself, you'll understand why people keep choosing it over all of that. Let's start the roller coaster feels with the announcement. When musicians announce their upcoming concert or world tour, most fans get excited instantly. Take Taylor Swift and the Eras Tour as an example. The second that announcement went live, Swifties worldwide went into full chaos mode. Timelines flooded with tour posters, stadium predictions, and fan theories. Some stayed up all night waiting for the full tour lineup. Others obsessively refreshed dates and venues, quietly hoping their city made the final cut. And when it did, that feeling hits different. It's not just excitement, it genuinely feels like the universe personally chose you. Then comes the group chat explosion. During this once-in-a-lifetime moment, you click that repost button, tag your concert buddy, and plan who's going with who. But here's where it gets interesting. Your brain doesn't wait for the actual concert to start celebrating. It starts releasing dopamine the moment you begin anticipating it. The excitement you feel isn't just you being dramatic, it's literally biological. After the announcement, ticket hunting becomes the stressful part, and honestly, it's basically a sport. For those hunting tickets online, most prepare multiple devices, strong internet connections, and backup payment methods. But here's the thing. Your biggest competition isn't even other fans. It's bots and scalpers who've already automated the whole process before you even get through the queue. For more chances of winning, others line up at physical ticket booths for hours. Some camp overnight just to secure their seats. Is it exhausting? Absolutely. But there's a reason they do it. Since tickets are limited, the brain treats them as rare and valuable. When demand is higher than supply, scarcity is created. This economical and psychological problem naturally increases desire. The harder it is to get, the more you want it. That's just how it works psychologically. So when the ticket is finally in your possession, it no longer feels like a purchase. It feels like you won something valuable, like a runner who trained for months and just crossed the finish line. That win triggers another hit of dopamine, and suddenly you just sit there and sigh, knowing all your stress was worth it. Once you secure that ticket, the real work begins in preparation. For fans, thinking about outfits is only the beginning. You also book hotels in advance, plan transportation routes, charge light sticks if you are a K-pop fan, and even prepare banners of your idols. Some rewatch old performances and memorize fan chants so they can participate at the right moments. Because showing up unprepared, that's not an option. And there's actually a reason why all this effort matters beyond just looking the part. The more time and energy you pour into preparing for something, the more meaningful it becomes when it finally happens. Psychologists call it emotional investment. And the concert experience? It's basically a masterclass in it. If you are single, then skip this part. Kidding aside, concerts are also a go-to place for some people who want to use them as the backdrop for life's biggest moments. Proposing during Yellow or Love Story hits completely different when you're surrounded by thousands of people feeling the exact same emotions you are. Just make sure you're both actually official before you pull that out. Nobody wants to go viral for the wrong reason. Now, let's focus on the most awaited part. Fans don't just show up on concert day. They arrive and serve. Some check into their hotels a day before the concert, others carefully follow planned routes to avoid heavy traffic. Once they arrive at the venue, they fall in line, buy merchandise, and take photos outside the stadium or arena. Even waiting before entering becomes part of the experience. That feeling you get while standing in line, that's adrenaline. Your heart starts beating a little faster. Your breathing picks up. Your body is literally treating this concert like it's a major event. And with every minute that passes, the anticipation keeps building. Then the lights go off, and the entire venue loses it. That moment, once you experience it, is universal. It doesn't matter what language you speak or what country you're from. Everyone in that stadium knows exactly what it means. Imagine when groups like BTS rise from the stage platform or appear through stage lifts. The sudden reveal makes fans even more nervous and excited. This dramatic change in environment creates an adrenaline spike. The brain recognizes it as a significant, high-value moment. But here's what makes it even more powerful. You're not feeling this alone. When thousands of people experience the same emotion at the same time, those emotions spread fast. Psychologists call this emotional contagion. You unconsciously absorb the energy of everyone around you. That's why you're not just watching a concert anymore. You're part of it. And for a few hours, thousands of complete strangers feel like one. When you sing, you're not just humming along or mouthing the words. You're actually singing every lyric, every note, like a dying goat. You sing along with the artist and thousands of strangers who know the exact same words as you. Here's why that hits so differently from just listening at home. A concert isn't just sound. It's lights, visuals, bass you can feel in your chest, and a crowd moving around you. Every single sense is activated at once. Scientists actually have a term for this. They call it multisensory stimulation. Recent studies show that experiencing music this way significantly boosts your mood and lowers anxiety compared to just listening through your earphones alone. But the science gets even more interesting. Live performances consistently create stronger emotional responses than recorded music. It's not just because the sound is louder, it's because of the live exchange happening between the performer and the audience in real time. The artist feeds off the crowd feeds off the artist. It becomes a loop of energy that a studio recording simply can't replicate. And while all of this is happening, your brain is quietly releasing oxytocin, the same hormone tied to bonding and human connection. Because you're not just enjoying a song, you're sharing it with thousands of people who love it just as much as you do. Then, it happens. The artist walks off the stage, and for a second, the whole crowd holds its breath. You're probably familiar with what happens next. The crowd starts chanting, begging for one more song. That's the encore. When the artist comes back out, something interesting happens psychologically. That final moment becomes the emotional peak of the entire night. And according to psychologist Daniel Kahneman, that's exactly what you'll remember most. People don't judge experiences by averaging everything out. They remember the highest point and how it ended. That's it. So that last song, usually the most emotional, most nostalgic one, doesn't just close the show. It seals the whole memory. Everything you felt that night gets attached to that final moment. And then, it's over. The lights come back on and the crowd slowly starts moving toward the exits. And you're standing there, still processing what just happened. On your way home, you're already rewatching your shaky, barely focused recordings. You're posting stories. You're texting your concert buddy about your favorite moments. You're reliving it before it's even fully over. But somewhere underneath all that excitement is a quiet feeling you weren't expecting. A part of you feels a little sad that it's done. Fans call this post-concert blues. And psychologically, it's real. Your brain just spent hours flooded with dopamine and adrenaline, and now it misses it. So what does it do? It starts craving the next one. And that's exactly why people keep going back. Because it was never really just about the music. It's about the anticipation that kept you going for months, the achievement of actually getting that ticket, the identity you wear proudly as a fan, the belonging you feel standing in a crowd of strangers who love the same thing you do, and those emotional highs that no playlist, no fan cam, no free live stream can ever fully replicate. You have to be there. Your money will devalue in the next few years, but your experiences won't fade away. Want more contents from this channel? Subscribe and watch this next video.